welcome to number 9 of my Corona Diaries. Now, I wasn't doing one of these today. I was going to give myself a day off. But, overnight, some breaking news came through. And I thought, well, I can't really let that go without a mention. So, just really to cover off all the important things that are happening in the political world, I've recorded this for you today. Actually happened at 10 to 7 British time last night, but I didn't see it till this morning. And I really do think it's worth a mention because, politically, I think it's important that we all recognise that one of the most powerful people in the world has really got their finger on the pulse here and has brought us through Twitter some key updates, I would say. President Trump, a person that you probably familiar with, tweeted last night a quote from a news story. So he's not saying this. This is in quotes. Let me just read it to you. President Trump is a ratings hit. Since reviving the daily White House briefing, Mr. Trump and his coronavirus updates have attracted an average audience of 8.5 million on cable news, roughly the viewership of the season finale of The Bachelor. On Monday, nearly 12.2 million people watched Mr. Trump's briefing on CNN. On Monday, Fox News alone attracted 6.2 million viewers for the president's briefing, an astounding number for a 6 p.m. cable broadcast. So, President Trump has used this crisis, this global pandemic, to discuss his ratings hit. His words, not mine. His ratings hit. I had a quick flick through the comments. Just to see what other people thought of this wonderful news. Some of them can't repeat. One of them says, "You aren't a ratings hit, you're silly Billy." Close enough. Incredibly, some people actually support him. So somebody called Anthony Cornrod says, "Thank you for saving us from the China flu. And also saving the economy from absolute ruin. You are our best friend. And when it comes time to help out with government checks, please make sure that nobody who has ever made fun of you gets a single dime. Amen." It's a Trump supporter. Not everyone's as supportive of this fabulous news. I think it's fair to say. A gentleman called Senk Uyghur, maybe? Says, "Hey psychopath, people are watching because they want life-saving information, not because of your shining personality. But even if people were entertained by your carnival show, do you really think that's the most important thing in the middle of a pandemic, you narcissistic baboon?" And just to finish on one more, one says from Irish Girl, says, "I'm not saying I hate you, but I'd unplug your ventilator to charge my phone." So, yeah, as divisive as ever. Quite incredible, I think. And probably worth a pledge that says, when I become the temporary British Prime Minister, not had the call yet, but that's why I wasn't going to do one today, because I thought I'll keep the phone handy and I don't want to be in the middle of recording when the call comes. But aside from that, when I become British Prime Minister, I think it's probably worth a little bit of distancing from President Trump. Maybe a bit of political distancing as well as social distancing. I'm not saying that there won't be conversations. I'm just saying not within 2,000 miles, It's an interesting time, isn't it? It's an interesting time. Just on one other point, while we're on the subject of news, really, really good to see that Joe Wicks has proposed to donate all the revenue that he's generated, advertising revenue, through his PE lessons every morning to the NHS in the UK, which is fantastic. I think that's really, really good. Also interested to see that as of this morning, he appears to have lost about 200,000 viewers. So just goes to show that's what happens when you have 2 days off, which is why I will be here every single day. So don't forget, just like we said yesterday, very, very important that you keep yourself safe, keep yourself healthy, and Yats Iwo Sima.